Hi, welcome back to Dawn's Eggs. I'm Dawn, and it is time for a challenge. It's been a while. New Year is here, and we're all struggling with different things, right? I've made it aware that I have been struggling with getting my eating back on track. I have no problem with my workout, but my eating, for some reason, is just not there. We are going to do a little challenge for the next 2 weeks called Hunger versus Cravings. We eat for a lot of different reasons. We eat because we're bored, because we're stressed, because of social activities. There are many, many reasons why we're bored, and we also eat when we're hungry. But think about how many times you go in the kitchen and just look for something. You open the cupboards, you open the freezer, you open the fridge, and you stand there and you stare. We all do it, right? You stand there and you stare, and it's not convenient, or I'd have to make it, and I don't really want to make it, so I could have this handful of nuts, or I could have this handful of chips, or I could eat this cheese slice, or whatever it is, but you're not really hungry, you're just looking for something. For any of those reasons, right? Stress, anxiety, boredom, social, whatever it is that's making you look for something. So what I am going to do is I am going to make myself really, really aware. Now, I had mentioned this in a video a few weeks ago that I had kept track of my cravings one night after dinner, and I had 18 cravings between after dinner and when I went to bed. And I was shocked because that is a lot of cravings. Imagine how many cravings you have during a day, because all day long we are making hundreds and hundreds of decisions. What we eat is always a decision. So if we're craving something, we're making that decision to eat. Is it hunger or is it a craving? Now, on the hunger side, hunger has different levels, right? You're super hungry, you're famished, your stomach's growling, you need to eat. You need some nutrients in your body. Okay, that is hunger. And hunger has levels. Are you really hungry? Are you kind of hungry? Are you, I could eat something? Are you kind of like, I could go either way? Then you move into your, I'm satisfied, I'm super satisfied, and I am gluttonous. I am full to explosion levels. And we've all felt all of that, right? We've all had the entire gamut of the hunger. Now, cravings are totally different than hunger. Because hunger is, you need to do something for your body. You need to get some nutrition, you need to have some food, some fruit, whatever it is, you need something. Cravings are, you feel like it. And cravings can be caused by a lot of things. They can be caused by anxiety, by boredom, just the mood you're in, things aren't going right, social settings. There's lots of reasons why you have cravings. Or you could just be in the kitchen fixing snacks for somebody. You could have a toddler or your husband or somebody that you're making a meal for, and while you're there, you'll have a handful of something, or you'll have a cheese slice, or you'll have a yogurt, or whatever it is, because you're just walking by. So I'll just have a little something. So being aware of our cravings is really important, because this is where the calorie deficit comes in, right? We want a calorie deficit of at least 500 calories if we want to lose weight. And it can add up really, really quickly. Now, I have always put myself in the category of every handful of something is 500 calories, because I never pick something good. So if you were like me, and you're grabbing that big handful of chips, it's 500 calories. That big handful of chocolate is 500 calories. Whatever it is, I just put in my brain 500 calories. And that can add up really quick, and it can really make you think, do I want it? You make a great big bowl of popcorn and sit and eat it. Do you know how many calories that really is with your butter and your salt and just all the different things that go in it? I'm not saying don't have it. I'm saying we need to be aware, and we need to think about when we are having these things, because that is where we gain control. We gain control when we understand the awareness of our hunger versus our cravings. So this is what we're going to do for the next 2 weeks. I have made a little chart. I'll put a picture of it in a different view. And I have just marked hunger cravings. Week 1, week 2. I am going to put this in my kitchen. It's going to go on my fridge or on my counter, because I always have a pen right there. Put it wherever it works for you. If you can do it on your phone fast, do it on your phone. I need it on a piece of paper. And I'm just going to put little ticks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that I can easily count them up. Now, on your hunger side, really, you should not have more than 5 ticks in a day. If you're eating 3 meals, you've got your breakfast, lunch, and supper. And if you have snacks, are they snacks because you're hungry, or are they snacks just because you want something? And if they're snacks just because you're hungry, maybe you're not eating enough protein or enough fat for whatever diet you're on at your meal to keep you satisfied till the next meal. So that is a real awareness to get into right away. You can also jot down what mood you're in. Am I happy? Am I sad? How am I feeling? It's really important when you keep track of those moods. It will really affect your eating, because sometimes I'm just bored, or I'm editing or I'm on my computer. So I just like, oh, I'm just going to put some chocolate chips beside me and I'm just going to have a couple chocolate chips. Now I'm going to show you my chocolate chips because this is my embarrassment. Maybe if I just bring it out of the closet, I won't feel so bad. This is my bag of chocolate chips. Is that sad or what? Now this was a full bag. This was a full bag of chocolate chips. Full bag. I know. So I kept going in and going in and going in. And finally I thought, I gotta stop. So I crinkled it all down, got some masking tape, tied it up super tight so I couldn't get into it. Well, you can tell how many times I went into it by looking at my tape. How sad is this? But it kind of keeps me out of it. Not a lot, but it keeps me out of it. So now, for the next 2 weeks, I am really going to be aware when I have those chocolate chips. Is it a craving? It's always a craving. I don't ever need chocolate chips, right? Because think about that too. Do I need it or do I want it? Because that falls into your craving category as well. The needs and the wants. I need food because I'm hungry. I want food because I'm bored, because I'm stressed, because I'm anxious. Many different things. And I want you to find some strategies. Small strategies. You could be in that kitchen looking around. What do we got in here? And you're like, I'm not hungry. This is a craving. You've ticked off cravings. Now I want you to run on the spot for 15 seconds or do a couple jumping jacks or run around the kitchen. Whatever you need to do, give yourself a little bit of activity. Run up and down the stairs. That's your punishment. But it's also good for you that, no, I'm not going to have this. Change your mindset. Do something different so that you're not doing that mindless eating because cravings are mindless eating. We all have cravings. Every single one of us has cravings. It's whether we act on them or not. So I want you to be really aware this week. In the first week, just jot them down, right? Put your ticks, hunger, craving. I don't want you to do any more than that. If you eat it, put another little check mark beside I ate during my craving, just for your own awareness. That's all I want you to do is create awareness in the first week. On the second week, now we are going to gain control, okay? We've got our hungers, we've got our cravings, but we are not going to act on those cravings. If we act, again, we're going to put a tick, but we're going to see how many times we cannot act on those cravings. So week 1, tick off hunger or craving and choose. I'm going to act on it. I'm not going to act on it. Second week, not acting on it. I want you to add up how many times you acted on it and how many times you didn't act on it. And then we're going to kind of put this together and it's going to go into the next phase of what we're going to be working on. So I want you to get some awareness about your hunger and your cravings. And then we're going to move into how we're going to put this together, adding more protein in our day, making sure that we're more satisfied at our meals so that we're not really looking for this hunger or a craving. If we're hungry 2 hours after we ate, something's wrong. You know the Chinese food theory? But something's wrong. Why are we hungry? Because we're really not hungry. You may think you're hungry, but it's just a craving. And some people have never known hunger in their life. They really haven't because they just eat whenever they want to. So they're not really aware of that feeling of hunger. And that feeling of hunger is when your stomach is honestly growling. It is empty, it is growling, it is saying to you, I need some nutrition. That is hunger. Hunger is just not, I just want to eat. So let's try and be aware for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to touch base on it next week to see how you're doing. Get your chart going, however it works for you, and just put a tick mark. Craving hunger, craving hunger. Like I said, you shouldn't have more than 5 in your hunger category. Let's see how many you get in your craving category. So until I see you next week, good luck with your list. Have some awesome workouts. You're amazing. High five.